Coming up on today's video, we're going to be discussing the latest roster moves around the New Orleans Saints as they signed another defensive tackle. And then we're going to get into a Justin Fields trade idea. I was scouring around the internet and I saw this crazy article that suggested the New Orleans Saints trade for Justin Fields. So I'm going to give my take and break that down. I want to get to the latest around Rashid Shaheed. But let's go ahead and just dive on into the roster moves. Defensive tackle John Penisini signed to the practice squad. I know you read the name down below. Leave the jokes in the comments section. But yeah, here we go. So you have a new defensive tackle after you signed another defensive tackle yesterday. And why you're bringing in these kind of players is because Malcolm Roach is on the IR. That was a roster move that was made yesterday. We made a video about that late yesterday. It was our third video of the day. So if you guys missed out on it, I encourage you to go check that out after this one. But let's get to know John Penisini. I don't think he's going to be a big-time contributor to this team. To be quite honest, and to be quite frank with y'all, maybe he doesn't even get a ton of reps or really even make the active roster. But he was a 6th-round draft pick in 2020 by the Detroit Lions. He did retire in June of 2022, was dealing with like a shoulder injury, and then there was some other weird rumors and buzz around him, but he did come out of retirement in 2023, signed with the Carolina Panthers in April, and then later that year, he was waived because he failed his physical. And guys, we just mentioned the Panthers here. He is a guy who came from the Panthers. The New Orleans Saints take on the Panthers this week. So if you don't want to get absolutely embarrassed by the worst football team in the NFL, I need you to help us out and like this video. Don't jinx it. Don't take any chances. Hit the thumbs up icon so the Saints can beat the brakes off the Carolina Panthers. And guys, I'm inviting you to my birthday watch party because we're celebrating me turning 25. My birthday here is coming up in a week or so, but I wanted to celebrate with Saints versus Panthers. So we're going to be live an hour before kickoff at 11 a.m. Central. Don't mind that typo. We will be live at 11 a.m. Central, so be sure to turn on your notifications, subscribe for the watch party, tune in, join us, and help me celebrate turning 25, and let's celebrate with the Saints win. All right, let's dive into the Justin Fields trade discussions because I think that this is insane. Latest World on Sports put out an article, and it was their Chicago Bears, geared and targeted blog page, if you will, and it listed the Saints as a destination for Justin Fields. So let's just dive in and see why the Saints would do it, why the Bears would want to do it. Does it make sense? Would it be a good fit? Let's talk about it, guys. So why would the Bears do this? They currently have the number 1 and number 5 overall picks in the 2024 draft, thanks to the Carolina Panthers trading away their picks to get Bryce Young last year. They would have been picking number 1 overall if they just waited a year, and they could have gotten Caleb frickin' Williams. Suck it, Carolina. You guys are idiots. Anyway, that's one reason why the Bears may want to do it. The next one, the current regime, Ryan Poles, Matt Eberflus, those guys, they did not draft Justin Fields. This is not their guy. They don't really have any, ties to him. They don't have any loyalty to him. They're like, we just kind of inherited Justin Fields. Maybe they want to go get their own guy. Maybe they want to go get Caleb Williams. Maybe they want to go and get a big-time player. That could be a realistic path that Chicago goes down. And I also think that maybe a change of scenery would make some sense. He's a dual-threat quarterback. He's shown flashes. And let's call it spade a spade. Chicago's never been a good situation. When was the last time Chicago had a quarterback that was worth a damn, that stuck around for more than 5 seasons? Jay Cutler? I mean, come on. So I just think that if you get him a change of scenery, and maybe New Orleans could be that change of scenery, it would make some sense. And I'm going to tell you why New Orleans would possibly make this trade, but I want to give a quick shout out to our friends over at Prize Picks. And I just want to give credit to you, Saints fans, for supporting our show and supporting what we do here, so that way we're able to bring on awesome sponsors like Prize Picks. So if you go to prizepicks.com and /CLNS and you plug in promo code CLNS, you can get a first deposit match up to $100. So how it works is it's daily fantasy sports. You just pick 2 or more players and you pick more or less on a numerical projected stat. It's not you versus Sharks. It's not you versus pros. It's you versus the numbers. So Mitchell Trubisky, I have him going with the less on 181.5 passing yards. Bailey Zappi, I'm taking the less there as well. So if you want to go get started at Prize Picks, I know these Saints games aren't a lot of fun to watch. I know that Thursday Night Football tonight is not going to be fun to watch. But if you go use Prize Picks, you can win up to 25 times your money. It's real cash. It's real fun. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use that promo code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. All that information is in the comment section and description of the video. All right, so why would the New Orleans Saints trade for Justin Fields? Well, I'm going to call it how I think it is. They need a quarterback that is young, that is new, that fits the new NFL. Derek Carr is not that. The NFL is moving to a mobile quarterback league. Most great quarterbacks, most really good quarterbacks right now, are at least somewhat mobile, or at least really good. Like, they maybe not all Lamar Jacksons or Michael Vicks, but they could still be very effective with their legs. And I do want to say this. Maybe they don't go and draft a quarterback. Maybe that's the world we live in. And unfortunately, as Saints fans, we don't go and get a rookie quarterback. I personally want the Saints to go and draft a quarterback in the first round. But they haven't done that since Archie Manning in 1971. That's been the last time they drafted a quarterback in the first round. So I think that New Orleans could also offer Chicago, who has a lot of money to spend. You could offer them some talented, experienced, and expensive players that you could get off of your books, put them on theirs. Everyone's happy. They get a good player. We, clear up that cap space. So I think that maybe the New Orleans, there is some argument as to why they would maybe want to make the move. But here are the other destinations that latest World of Sports mentioned. The Atlanta Falcons. If you ask me, I think that's where he's headed this offseason. I don't think that Chicago is going to let Caleb Williams get past him. I think that Justin Fields is headed to Atlanta. The Pittsburgh Steelers could make some sense. I don't think Kenny Pickett's really all that good of a quarterback. Maybe they want to go and get a better quarterback who is more of a dual threat talent. The New England Patriots, I don't know about that one because they currently have the second overall pick, meaning they can go and get Drake May. So I think that they would want to explore that route more so. Minnesota, maybe if they don't keep Kirk Cousins around or if they don't bring him back next year. And the New York Jets, I don't know because they have Aaron Rodgers and, assuming he'll be healthy next season, you got your guy. I just don't know if the Jets make some sense, but those are the other teams that were mentioned in that article. But here's what Justin Fields, here's what his production looks like. 64.5, just under 64.5 completion percentage, 1,500 yards, almost 1,600 yards in the air. He has 12 touchdowns on 6 interceptions. And in terms of slicing and dicing with his legs, he's put up 77 carries for 400 yards and 1 rushing touchdown. And there is a little bit of familiarity there. I think that there would be one player that would be really, really excited, and that's number 2, who's now number 12. I mean, kind of look at that. That worked out really perfectly for this picture. Chris Olave and Justin Fields could be a really good, just reunion, if you will. You can see the stats below me. Chris Olave had 50 receptions for 729 yards, 7 touchdowns, and averaged just under 15 yards per catch. I think that connection could actually make some sense. I think that connection was good in Ohio State. Who says it can't be good in the NFL as well? But my question is, how do you pull this off? You don't really have much draft capital. You don't have a lot of players that have contracts that are, sexy, or that contracts that are tradable, or that teams are like, you know what, this guy is that good, let's just pay him all the money, whatever. I don't think that there's a lot of draft capital to make this kind of thing happen. I mean, look at the draft picks that you have in 2024. You only got 6, and only really 2 or 3 of those are your own. So, I mean, it's really not a ton that you can offer. I don't think that the New Orleans Saints would actually make this move. And I also don't think that the Saints could make this move because I think they would get outbid by a team like the Falcons or a team like the Steelers. But what say you, Saints fans? Do you even want Justin Fields in New Orleans? I'm not asking would they do it. I'm not asking is it possible. I'm asking, do you want him in New Orleans? Would you like to have him reunite with his former Ohio State Buckeye and Chris Olave? Just give me a simple Y for yes or a simple N for no. I want to hear from you. So what say you, Saints fans? Let me know down in the comment section. Let's round things out. Let's just get through this real quick. Rashid, the Need for Speed Shaheed, baby. He leads all Pro Bowl voting for NFC return specialist. And that is freaking awesome. And just a quick injury update. He was not at practice today, nor was Chris Olave. But Olave, he had more of a he was gone because of a sickness. But in terms of the production for Rashid Shaheed, These are just his return stats as a whole. So kick returns and punt returns. He has 34 attempts, 602 yards, 1 touchdown, and 17.7 per attempt. And the kick return yards, this is awesome, y'all, are second in the NFL to Keyshawn Nixon of the Green Bay Packers. And, the Saints tweeted about that. They wanted him to get some love and, have more Saints fans go and vote for him for Pro Bowl. And this is what Rashid Shaheed quote tweeted it. And he said, "Blessings in the air. Do y'all's thing, New Orleans. I'll be back soon." So I think that Rashid Shaheed should be back here in the next week. Maybe not this week, but the following week. Fingers crossed. Either way, I want him to be a Saint for a very, very long time because quite frankly and quite honestly, I think that Rashid Shaheed is a very special player. The New Orleans Saints are wildly lucky to have a guy like him around. They are blessed to have the speedster be wearing the black and gold, getting to rock the fleur-de-lis every single Sunday. I think that the duo of Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave is just so, so fun. I think it's such a good dynamic duo. You got speed. You got the vertical threat. You have so much talent between these two young guys, and it's a great core to start this with. But for the love of God, please get them a quarterback that can get them the ball, hit them deep, and do all of that fun stuff. But guys, I need your help. So if you love Rashid Shaheed, if you want him to be a New Orleans Saint forever, if you want him to stay healthy, if you want him to play this Sunday, if you just love number 22, just like him, I need you to hit it fast because Rashid Shaheed is real fast. So hit that thumbs up icon. And as always, thank y'all for watching today's video. Y'all stay tuned for more updates. We'll see you guys soon. Y'all stay golden. See you at the watch party.